Hi everyone, today we are making a soccer or football sugar figurine. Take some white fondant with some Tylose added and roll it into a ball and set it aside. Take some flesh coloured fondant, roll it into a sausage which is slightly thicker in the centre and cut it in half to form the legs. Shape them until you are happy with them and then cover them up with some plastic wrap. Next you need to take the colour that you're going to use for the shorts and roll it out quite thin. Then use a pizza cutter or a knife to cut it into a rectangular strip shape. You're then going to wrap it around the legs. Just work out where you need to cut it. Using a little bit of water as glue, roll it up around the top of the leg. Repeat for the other side. Using a little bit of water, stick the legs together to make it where the inside seam would go. Press it gently so it stays together. Then start to shape the backs of your knees so they bend over and build up your waist. When you're happy with it, you need to take a bamboo skewer, or if you want to make it completely edible, you can use a piece of spaghetti. This forms a spine and some support for your figure. Next, take the colour you're going to use for the socks, roll it out and cut it into a strip. Work out how much you're going to need for each leg for the sock. And then once you've got that, copy it for the other side. Then take a little water and attach it to the leg. Adjust it until you're happy with it. Then roll out a very thin strip of the same colour. This will form the part that folds down over the top of the sock. Using a little water, attach that section to each leg so that they match. When you're happy with the socks, time to move on to the shoes. My son has white soccer boots, so that's what I've used. You can use black or any other colour. Roll it into a ball and cut it in half. Shape it to form sort of oval shapes and attach using a small amount of water. Once you've done the shoes, you need to do the little tongue part of the shoe that sits up. So I've just used some little angled pieces attached with a little bit of water, just where the sock and the shoe meets. Press them down. Next is the laces. Roll out some really thin pieces to form the laces. My son has blue laces, so that's the colour I've chosen. You can do whatever colour you like. Attach the laces to the shoes with a small amount of water. Repeat for both sides. Make some loops to form the bows. Again, stick them on with a little bit of water. Press them into place. Next, take the colour that you're going to use for the shirt and roll it into sort of a cone shape, a bit rounded at the top and rounded a little at the bottom. Poke a hole through the middle with a bamboo skewer. Add a little bit of water to the top of the waist and in the hole, and also just pinch out the edges to make it look like a shirt. Slide it gently over the hole, press it down and shape it to form the body and the shoulders. Now the shirt I'm making has a few different colours on it, so if yours does as well, roll out the colours, making a stripe down the side of each side in the maroon colour. Just roll out a thin strip, cut it to size, stick it down the side of the body on both sides. Take some more of the flesh colour and roll it out into a sausage and then cut it on a diagonal. This forms the shoulder. Shape the shoulder on each side, thin it out around the wrist. When you're happy with it, flatten to make the hands, put them aside. Use the colour for the sleeves, roll it out quite thin into a strip, some angled pieces to form the sleeve. Press them onto the arm on both sides. To form the hand, cut a V out of the hand to make like a mitten shape. Then shape the thumb, elongate the fingers and mark them in. Do the same for the other side. Attach the arm with a little water into the shoulder area and press it down. Indent the elbows. Use a little bit of water to attach to the body to provide it with extra support. Attach the other arm, press it in place, but don't attach the hand. Cover it with a little plastic wrap. Take the ball that we set aside earlier, cut out the black shapes and attach them onto the ball with a little bit of water. You only really need to do the amount that will be seen, as the rest of the ball will be facing towards the model. Attach it with a little bit of water, put the arm around it so it looks as if he's holding the ball. Add any other details on the shirt that will be seen. My son's shirt has some white strips on it, so I've rolled out a very thin strip and I'm just working out the shape, attaching them, then use a little bit of the main shirt colour to form the neck. A small ball, touch it over the skewer and shape it. Roll out some fondant for the head. Measure it against the stick because you don't want the stick pointing out through the top of the head. Add a little bit of water around the top of the neck. Attach the head and make sure it's secure. Using a toothpick, mark in the eyes and the nose. Roll a very, very small ball for the nose. Make it into a slight teardrop shape. Push it into the hole. To make the mouth, cut a smile with the knife and just work it open a little, using a toothpick in the corners to make the cheeks. To make the ears, roll a very small ball, flatten it slightly and cut it in half. Put a little water, attach it to the side. Just Just making sure they're even, aligned both sides. And are secure. Using a toothpick, just make a little indentation to make the ear shape and repeat on the other side. To make the hair, roll out a strip of the colour of the hair. Using a knife, roughen it up, mark lines through it to look like hair. Make the edges jagged. Then cut a strip and attach it to the head. Just measuring how far around you need to have it and trimming it where you need to. Attach it to the head with a little bit of water. Adjust it where you need to. Then use the remaining pieces to fill in the top of the head. Where the join is, you can make a part if you like. Just adding pieces all the way around. Fill in the hair. Make a fringe if you need to make a fringe. Use a knife or one of the modelling tools to blend the hair in and to make it look like there's strands of hair. Next, add in any further details. My son's uniform has a little crest or badge on the chest. So I've just cut out a circle. There's a little shark on it, but it's too small to see, so I've just cut it like a crescent shape to make the little badge. Add a little bit of water. To make a drink bottle, just roll out like a cylinder shape. Using a skewer, just gently press the skewer as you're rolling it to make an indentation. To make the little spout part that goes on their mouth. It's a tiny, tiny little cylinder. Touch with a little bit of water. Then make a tiny, tiny little black ball. Flatten it. Touch with a little bit of water. Make a little hole or indentation in the top with a skewer.